Roads can be private property. I was going home yesterday and I observed, like you would know on any Nigerian road, that in some cases there's a market by the way, or there are beggars on the roadside, or anybody can just, put their stuff on the road. Even though this is a little complicated or controversial, but if a road is private property, then the owner knows how best to manage it. They know what to do to ensure that people don't just shit somewhere on the road. They know how to manage the gutters as well because it's adjoining. They know not to allow random shop owners to create, obstructions on the road in the name of selling. Of course, government owns all roads in most cases, and if government is not available, in this case local government, to guard against abuse of the road, it's just going to fester and fester. And for instance, where I am, it gets to a point where it has so become culture, or you can say that government is actually intruding or in people's spaces by building a road on a property that had existed before the road came about. So what you're dealing with is not having separated who owns what, who was here before. If I have compensated you for this land, then you shouldn't be there anymore. So distinction of property rights would help a lot in fixing a lot of the problems that you see on the road. In Lagos or anywhere, in fact, you find people at night, in the middle of the night, people just defecate in the middle of the road, somewhere on the bridge. They throw their waste there. If it was owned by somebody, that person has a duty to his customers, the road users, to ensure that the roads are always clean, they are always accessible. And you can extend this to the forests. Government owns all land, but any bandit with a gun can go there and dominate and create a new society, kidnap somebody from the road and take them, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers away. And the government who owns it cannot map and secure every single spot. So when every spot is mapped and is owned by somebody, then you can hold that person responsible when something goes wrong. But if you are not doing that, then government which owns all property, in this case land and road, should commit to protecting and making the best of that property. But what we have seen with Nigeria's case is that the local government is overwhelmed, state governments cannot be everywhere at the same time, and because of that, people suffer. Back to the beginning of this video, the reason why you find traffic is because, especially in cases where there are shops just by the roadside, you have 50 people, 100 people trying to manage a small space. That of course causes traffic, and what then happens is that man hours is lost. A lot of man hours are lost in traffic. People who should be home early can't get home because there's a market on the way, and all of that go on. Yeah, that's pretty much it. When you define the owner of a particular space, then the owner has a duty to make the best of that space.